We compared that to modern snakes. It became incredibly clear that they were definitely snake vertebrate. And we were able to figure out that we really had not only a large snake, but the largest snake.
Have you ever heard of a snake that makes anacondas, boas, and pythons look like child's play? Meet the Titanoboa, the true queen of snakes. This prehistoric behemoth, the largest snake ever discovered, makes today's giants look like mere garden hoses. The Titanoboa slithered through the swamps of ancient South America, its massive frame striking fear into the heart of any creature it encountered. Though we're safe from its crushing coils now, the very thought of this monstrous serpent prowling the prehistoric jungles sends shivers down the spine. Curious about how this colossal predator ruled prehistoric Colombia? Let's dive into the terrifying world of the Titanoboa. 60 million years ago, after the dinosaurs were wiped out by a massive asteroid, the Earth was in a state of recovery. This cataclysmic event gave birth to the lush, tropical rainforests that thrive along the equator today. Picture a damp, swampy landscape, dense with tropical foliage, an ideal hiding spot for the colossal snake that ruled this prehistoric paradise. Even now, its remains continue to astound scientists. Now, after the devastating asteroid struck, the planet was left reeling, but not all creatures were lost. The smallest animals, mammals, reptiles like rodents, crocodiles, and of course snakes, survived and thrived, taking over the Earth. This was the Paleocene epoch. During this era, the continents were shifting. Laurasia began splitting into North America and Eurasia. Initially, the climate was cooler than during the age of the dinosaurs, with ferns colonizing the charred land. Over time, cacti and palm trees emerged. As the Paleocene progressed, temperatures rose, sea levels increased, and subtropical vegetation spread across regions like Patagonia and Greenland. It was in this very setting that the Titanoboa emerged. Scientifically named Titanoboa cerrejonensis, it was discovered in the Cerrejón coal mines in La Guajira, Colombia. This desolate, sprawling landscape, crisscrossed with dirt roads and stripped of vegetation, is home to one of the world's largest coal operations, spanning an area larger than Washington, D.C., and employing around 10,000 workers. But Cerrejón isn't just about coal. It's one of the richest fossil deposits on Earth, offering scientists a glimpse into a time when dinosaurs had just vanished and a new world was taking shape. 58 million years ago, a few million years after the dinosaurs' extinction, Cerrejón was a vast, steamy jungle, hotter and wetter than today's Amazon. Trees with wide leaves indicated heavy rainfall, over 150 inches annually, compared to the Amazon's 80 inches today. Temperatures soared into the high 80s Fahrenheit or higher, with rivers winding through palm forests and dense vegetation. Periodic floods coated the jungle floor in layers of decomposing plant and animal matter, creating a rich, mucky habitat. This river basin was a prehistoric paradise teeming with enormous creatures, turtles with shells as large as manhole covers, crocodile relatives over a dozen feet long, and lungfish up to 7 feet in length, dwarfing their modern counterparts. Yet, towering above all was the Titanoboa, a serpent over 40 feet long and weighing more than a ton. This giant snake, resembling a modern boa constrictor but behaving like an anaconda, ruled the swamp. Its massive body, as thick as a man's waist, allowed it to crush and consume any animal it desired, making it the ultimate predator of its time. It was the largest snake ever, and if its astounding size alone wasn't enough to dazzle the most sunburned fossil hunter, the fact of its existence may have implications for understanding the history of life on Earth and possibly even for anticipating the future. But the story of this colossal serpent began in Cerrejón, when geologist Henry Garcia stumbled upon a strange fossil in 1994. Mistaking it for a petrified branch, he stored it away in a counter at the mine's facilities, where it remained unnoticed for 8 years. In 2002, geology student Fabiani Herrera visited the mines and made a startling discovery. Turning over stones, he found fossil after fossil, realizing the area was a treasure trove of ancient life. He quickly contacted paleontologist Carlos Jaramillo and fossil plant curator Scott Wing from the Smithsonian Museum in the United States. When they arrived, they attempted to access the counter where the petrified branch was stored, but the miners couldn't find the key. Intrigued, Scott Wing took photos through the glass and sent them to specialists in the US, who identified the branch as the jaw of an extinct crocodile. When the counter was finally opened, another bone resembling a pelvis was discovered behind the jaw. The team contacted Henry Garcia, who led them to the original fossil site, the expanded Well of the West. The area was littered with shining turtle shells and other fossils, attracting paleontology students who sent specimens to US labs. 3 years later, PhD student Edwin Cadena, searching for prehistoric turtle bones, discovered a massive vertebra he assumed belonged to a crocodile. However, when the remains reached the University of Florida, Alex Hastings determined they were from a snake, not a crocodile. The discovery of the Titanoboa was confirmed, sparking excitement and further research. Now, to uncover the true size of the Titanoboa, scientists embarked on a careful comparison with modern snakes and conducted a series of autopsies. A 16.4-foot boa's skeleton was dwarfed by Titanoboa's remains, being 50 times smaller. They also compared it to the extinct giant snakes that reached up to 36 feet but had smaller vertebrae. After thorough calculations, they concluded that Titanoboa was between 43 and 50 feet long, with a body width of nearly 2 feet. Weighing as much as a Kodiak bear, it ruled the rainforests around 60 million years ago, just 6 million years after the dinosaurs' extinction. This massive snake had a varied diet, consuming fish, mammals, and even medium-sized crocodiles. The 10-foot turtles of the time were spared thanks to their hard shells, but fish were likely a primary food source due to the Titanoboa's closely lined teeth, perfect for gripping slippery prey. Now, the enormous size of the Titanoboa can also be explained by the warmer temperatures during the Paleocene epoch, which created ideal conditions for reptilian growth. Being ectothermic, reptiles rely on external heat sources to regulate their body temperature. In a warmer climate, these giant snakes could metabolize food more efficiently, leading to rapid growth and larger body sizes. The extended warm periods would have also increased their foraging and feeding opportunities, contributing to their impressive size. Experts estimate that ancient La Guajira's climate ranged between 86 and 93.2 degrees Fahrenheit. This environment, rich in carbon dioxide, created a greenhouse effect similar to what we experience today, trapping heat and raising temperatures. Fortunately, heavy rains accompanied the heat, sustaining the lush tropical forests that thrived in this era. Unlike today's semi-aquatic anacondas, which can hold their breath underwater for up to 45 minutes, the Titanoboa was believed to be primarily a land-dwelling snake. Although it lived near water sources like rivers and swamps, it likely hunted and roamed on land, much like modern boas. As a top predator, the Titanoboa didn't rely on venom to subdue its prey. Instead, it used its immense strength to constrict and crush its victims, similar to how anacondas do today. Yet, the Titanoboa wasn't without its enemies. The Acherontosuchus crocodile, ranging from 13 to 22 feet in length, was a formidable opponent. Fossils of turtles bear the marks of these fearsome predators' bites. The Acherontosuchus would strike when the Titanoboa was most vulnerable, right after a heavy meal. In such moments, the Titanoboa might regurgitate its prey to lose weight and gain agility, then coil around the crocodile, squeezing it to death. However, even after winning the fight, the Titanoboa would not eat the crocodile. It was simply too large to swallow. Having lost its meal, the Titanoboa would be forced to hunt all over again, highlighting the brutal and relentless struggle for survival in the prehistoric jungle. If you were captivated by the story of the Titanoboa, the largest snake ever known, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our thrilling videos. Until next time.